Okay, so hi, I'm
Welcome back,
Matt.
everyone. I'm Daniel.
And yeah, we're back again to talk about our hobbies weekly. Unfortunately, this will be like the last section before the next session
Second to
tomorrow.
last.
Yeah, so we will have our final live stream tomorrow at 9 p.m. too.
9 p.m.
So make sure you tune it in. And after tomorrow, we will miss you guys. Okay. So for today, we'll be talking about something people don't really think about it, think about as hobby, because like people just like casually think about it like just maybe like something to get their lifespan.
Yeah.
Like it's something they must do, or like they need someone to do it for them.
Yes.
Yeah,
Yes.
so like
Exactly.
it's something like like a daily necessary,
Like a chore. Like
yeah,
a
it's
chore.
like a chore, like this is daily necessary,
Like a chore.
instead of like enjoying it as a hobby. Like most people would think like that, especially like for university students, or like for people like who are already in their workplace, because
Yes,
like, they don't
definitely.
really have time for this, right? Like they might have time, but like they won't really consider this as a hobby. Like they most of them, like they will consider it as like something distracting their time and energy, right?
Or something that they have to do.
Yeah, like
Yes.
something they don't really enjoy.
They don't like they don't really like see it as like something enjoyable but at the same time like it's also like a necessity to do.
Yeah, something like like going to the washing machine, or like something like cleaning
Yeah.
cleaning
It's like
your room.
it's like a part of your routine, but
Yeah.
something that doesn't stand out.
Yeah, it's very normal, like very ordinary. But tonight, like we are going to be showing that like sometimes like something special could come out of the things that we consider as ordinary or normal. Something like like an ordinary routine could become extraordinary in your life. So
Yes.
the hobby that we are talking about is not like cleaning your room, or like it's not like taking out your trash, or like ironing your clothing. We are talking about cooking, and we'll be talking about cooking as something to enjoy,
something to appreciate,
enjoy
something
as
that's
a hobby.
enjoyable. Yes.
Yeah, something to like lose ourselves in. Like something that like we could tend to when like when the outside is under pressure from the war, or like when the war is very cruel to us. Something like we could always tend to.
Definitely. Yes.
Yeah. So I would ask Daniel first, because like he's very experienced in cooking. I'm very new to cooking. Of course, like I can make instant noodles and other like easy ready to make meats. But I'm not really good at like handling like meats, or like fish, or other those like perishable things, living stuff. I can't really handle them. I can only handle like eggs. But for Daniel, he could handle like a lot of the things. So I will be mostly asking him about cooking as a hobby, because like he really enjoys cooking.
I love cooking.
Yeah, like he made and makes dishes for like the people he love and he care. And I think I always see him like very happy whenever he's making those things. Yeah. Okay, we will talk about the experience later. Okay, now like Daniel,
So-
like since you love cooking, like when do you start cooking?
I started cooking when I was 5th grade, and
So how old were you then?
so I don't know honestly. So
Grade five?
Grade 5.
How old were you when you came here? No, like what grade have you finished when you came here?
10th grade.
10th grade.
10th grade.
10th grade. So you came here in 2023, right?
Yeah.
So if we like subtract 5, so that will be around like 2018.
2018.
You were
which
born
is
in what?
2006.
So you are only 12 years.
12 years, like 11, 12 years. Yeah.
Well, bro, it's so young. Like at that time, like I
quite a
didn't
young-
know anything except like staring and playing.
But
And
it's quite
look
a
at
young
you,
age.
like you were cooking,
like
like literally and like
like
figuratively.
like with the gas stove. So the first thing I made was grilled cheese sandwich.
Wow.
So,
Like how do you know about grilled cheese? Like because like in Myanmar, like people really don't like eat like cheese or like bread. Like in Myanmar, like we consider like bread or something as a snack, like not something as a like a proper meal, right? We
Yeah.
mostly eat rice, like similar to Thailand. So
Yes.
how do you know about grilled cheese?
So grilled cheese, it's something that is easy to make because I saw it on like YouTube once, but like after eating dinner, I get hungry sometimes
Uh-huh.
because but back then I exercise a lot, so
Oh, so
I,
it was
I
as you were like
it's
a
like
snack,
it's like
a
a
nighttime
snack,
snack or
yeah,
something.
nighttime snack, yeah, something
Uh.
like that. So I make grilled cheese sandwich. So it's like it's just bread, butter, and I just put cheese in the middle, and it's just like that. Very very simple, but you know it really filled my stomach after like I ate dinner. I get hungry again, so that's like the perfect meal, like a nighttime
Ah.
meal for me. Yeah, that was like that was during 5th grade where my mom said like if you're hungry, just turn on the stove.
By yourself?
Yeah.
Oh,
Like,
you're
just-
not
just-
like made you any better, man.
Just if you whenever you're hungry, just turn on the stove, and she just showed me. Yeah.
Ah.
Well, and she said cook whatever you want with it. Just close the stove after you're done.
Yeah, we must close the stores after there.
Yeah, and yeah,
How do you feel after making that first dish?
I feel pretty good, you know. I can make a good sandwich like which I like. I don't know about others, but I can make a sandwich which I like, and so that's it made me content, satisfied with myself. Yes.
Ah, yeah. You know, see, if we you know like if we could make something that we enjoy eating by ourselves, I think you know like the flavors and like the deliciousness of their
You enjoy it much more.
yeah
You
we
it much more.
enjoy it
Yeah.
much more, right? So I think like cooking, you know, like it would be you know like very perfect for people you know like who love to eat. So like I think you know like from a perspective, cooking would be perfect for you know like people you know how should I say like who don't really want to go out a lot, people who you know like who want to you know like, enjoy their comfort food.
Yes. Like those who want to like you know make their own thing and like you know use their own thing. Then like cooking is good for cooking.
Yeah, especially for introverts.
Especially
who don't
for
really want to go out.
introverts. And those who don't want to really like order Grab. Yeah.
Yeah, but the thing is, you know, like now that you mentioned about, you know, ordering delivery food, sometimes, you know, like there are some dishes that we can really order in our area.
Yeah, so we just make it ourselves.
Yeah,
like,
we
you
need
know,
to make it
Up
ourselves.
to you. Yeah.
Yeah, so like as
Up
the
to
saying
you.
goes, you know, like necessity is the mother of invention. And maybe in this case, you know, necessity is the father of cooking. I think we can say that. So like now let's continue with your experience.
Uh-huh.
After you make grilled cheese,
Yeah.
do you remember what you made next after that?
Like it was grilled cheese, like lots of grilled cheese, and I also made some noodles, like instant noodles.
Before that, like what cheese do you use?
Mozzarella cheese and cheddar cheese. So I just
You combine it.
I combined them.
Wow.
I combined them.
He was very innovative at the time of age.
Sometimes I add fried eggs or sometimes I add bacon.
Wait. So you can fry eggs at the age of 11 and 12.
Yeah, like yeah, I
enjoy fried eggs at the time.
Yeah, I eat a lot of fried eggs. I still eat.
You know, like most children at that age, they hate eggs, right?
People like my parents always say like eat your eggs.
Good parents, good influence. You know, we can say that. Okay, and now let's continue.
Yeah.
What do you make next?
I made instant noodles, but at the same time, like you know, I add the seasonings that came with the packaging, but also I add some soy sauce, like just boiled eggs, but like the kind of eggs were like the yolk like
running like
it's running
half live something like that.
And like a little bit of sausage.
Oh, and you made that like all around the age of 12 to 13, right?
Yeah. But like you know at that, like you know it was a little difficult for me because like you know turning on the stove, so I had to be careful and all that. So I was going to be careful, and now it's just like you know
it's becomes your like you know like
second nature.
Second nature.
Like,
yeah. Very interesting. So like you know like for me, I didn't cook you know like until I'm like maybe like 14 or 15 years. So like at my home, like my parents, they don't cook themselves, like so they can cook, like they can cook very good dishes, but like they are pretty busy people, so like they just you know like order things from the restaurants or like they just you know like go ahead and you know like
I see.
take takers,
I
like buy dye takers.
Mhm,
So like even if I want to, like some fried eggs,
mhm.
I would just say like, okay, go ahead and buy it from the restaurant. Yeah, that's a like that's a situation in my home. So like my parents they didn't really teach me about
Mhm.
cooking. But like my aunts and my uncle, like they love cooking. So like they would always like
Mhm.
send me like they would always like send like dishes baked
Dishes, yes.
to our home.
Oh, I see.
Yeah. So like they had a very good influence on me. Like we lived separately.
Mhm.
So like when I went to their house, like my aunts and my uncle, like they taught me about like frying eggs. So like they taught me like how to cook instant noodles.
Yes,
So
they gotta
like
teach you. Yes.
yeah. They taught me like how to toast breads, or like like something like they taught me how to cook rice properly, not with the instant rice cooker.
Uh-huh.
Just like how to use
Like
those,
the old-fashioned way.
the
Yeah.
old-fashioned way. Yeah. So like I learned those techniques from my aunts and uncle, and like they even taught me like how to like make some like Burmese dishes,
That's really nice.
and like without like my parents knowing all about it.
So for me, it was both my mom and my dad, but mostly my dad who taught me because he used to be like sort of like a cook.
Okay. So
Yeah.
like the genes pretty random, I guess.
Yeah.
You inherited a lot of good genes.
So like my mom is good at like making traditional dishes like how to say with recipes
Burmese dishes.
like Burmese dishes, and also she's also good at making Chinese because like she has some Chinese influence. Yeah, and my dad's good at making all kinds of dishes like including Western, and like
Wow.
he gets creative because like he has like understanding of food way more than like people,
That
way
makes
more than
sense.
people I know. Yeah, so he's the one that taught me like quite a lot of those things, and also TikTok. Yeah, because like I think if you want to learn something, if you want to work in something, or if you want to like do something, I think information is like the most
important thing.
important thing, because you need to be informed, and that's why you can do things like that. Like I look at several TikTok videos on like cooking, so so some of those information get ingrained into me. That's why. Yeah.
I see. So like, it's kind of like like, but as we are talking this, people might be thinking, like, to have cooking as a hobby, we need to learn it from their early age, right?
Yes.
But not necessarily, right?
Not really. Like when you like, I just happen to be like at an age where like I just started cooking because
You happen to be
like,
you happen
certain
to be in
situations.
a specific situation.
Yeah. But like it's not really necessary. But maybe when you get older, you shall maybe learn to like cook and have a few understanding of things, so that like your parents won't be around, like when you're in uni. So you should know how to cook for yourself.
Like with our like current live stream, people might be thinking like, wait. Some people might be thinking like, wait, cooking could be a hobby, right? Why? You know about a show called Culinary Class War?
Yes.
Like in that, I think it's a Netflix show, right?
It's a Netflix show, I think.
And then like a lot of the chefs,
Mhm.
they came and like competed for
Like competing.
they compete for like they compete in cooking and cooking a lot of things. And I think like because of that show's influence, people are like right now taking cooking as a hobby because like, they want to create things like chestnut tiramisu or other like popular dishes from that show. I think that's a very big influence here.
Yeah, I think like that's why sometimes I find cooking really like calming and peaceful for me, and like I wouldn't mind cooking like any time, because as long as I have the ingredients, of course. But like when I prepare something while cooking, like I sort of like get into the zone.
You go into flow mode.
So sort of like that. So like I'm just really concentrated on that, and like there's nothing else to focus on. I just focus on that, and it just gives me a sense of peace. And I like cooking. I like cooking because that's just what I was raised with.
Okay, one quick question. Do you like music or not when you're cooking?
I like both. Like sometimes I put YouTube on the background and I just enjoy my cooking.
Wait, so you use YouTube Premium?
I use YouTube Premium, yes.
Oh, that's why I'm thinking about like how that would turn out. Like if you don't use it.
Yeah, like
because like the ex would keep up in that, and then like you'll be how should I say like you'll be cleaning your meat or like you'll be preparing your cats,
like because
and then like there will be a pop
like-
and then
like
you need to wash your hands,
yes,
and then
yes,
you need
yes,
to go and skip
my,
that.
like that was like that's exactly the situation that could happen. That won't happen because like when my hands are oily while cooking,
Yeah,
I had to skip that. No. Like I don't want that hassle. I just get the YouTube Premium.
yeah, like so like I always like play music
Yeah.
on Spotify like
Yes.
when I was showering, and like some days like I forgot about extending my Spotify Premium, so like I forgot, and then like I use YouTube to play some music, and then like I was in the shower. There's a constant ads. And I can't even skip that.
Get YouTube Premium.
If you want to,
Yeah.
just like could use.
But-
them.
But
But if you can use other
Yes,
stream
yes,
music
yes.
platform too, yeah. But I think it depends on the preferences.
depends.
Okay, we are not endorsing anything here. Okay, so like, now let's talk about the real deal. So, for cooking to be a hobby, like we don't really need to, like have a real life human mentor or something like that.
not really.
Let me tell you my experience. Okay, so like, I enjoyed cooking shows
Mhm.
even since I was a child. Even if we don't like cook at our home,
Mhm.
I enjoy watching them. So like there are shows like Chopped or like
Chopped, yes.
do you know that?
It's like a show from a little
Yeah,
long
yeah,
ago,
yeah,
right?
yeah. Like so like the participants are required to use the ingredients for a basket.
Yes. I also watch what is it called? MasterChef.
Yeah, there's a like MasterChef member in our
Yes.
gantry too. Yeah. Another one is Hell's Kitchen from Gordon Ramsay.
I love watching that.
He's so funny. Okay, but so like I enjoy watching a lot of cooking shows because like I love to eat. I will love eating. Like because like today like I went out like the whole day and I ate so many things today. So like people like always like confuse me as because I'm very lean.
Mhm.
Not necessarily think because I'm lean that people think I don't really eat food. But no, like I love food.
I
So
enjoy
much.
eating too. I enjoy eating
Yeah.
too.
So like I like watch those cooking shows since I was a kid. And I will always order like different like unusual things at the restaurant. Okay, that's for another thing. So like the thing is, because of those influences, like I always wanted to cook. But at my whole life, I couldn't really cook
Uh-huh.
because like so I was one of those like overachievers that you can see back in my school, back in my high school. So like I was always studying, not necessarily always studying. Like I just focus on my study. I rest and like I play whatever in my free time. But like so the thing is like, as I have said, my aunts and my uncle they taught me how to cook. But when I came here to the university, like I don't really have time to cook.
There's not really a lot
No,
of time.
I don't really
like,
have time to cook.
especially
Especially
during
my first year.
exams. Like especially during exams, like where like some people
I always like order takeouts.
yeah,
during the
me
exam.
too. Like because that's what my life has been like for like the past 2 weeks. Ever since the final exam was announced, like we have to do it.
I haven't even started preparing for the finals.
Oh boy.
Okay, wish me luck. Okay.
So
Yeah.
I think cooking is like something like I think cooking is like something that I enjoy in my own free time, like when there's no plans, or there's plans like how to say there are some people there are people I invite over for cooking. I invited you once before.
Yeah,
Yes.
he made dumplings,
I made dumplings.
chicken dumplings,
Chicken
pork
dumpling,
dumplings,
and 4 dumplings.
and like 2 fowls, right?
Yes.
Soups. Another one is what?
So soup and dry
Fry, right?
dry
Pan
like
fry.
with garlic oil.
Yeah.
Yes.
They're very nice.
Yes. So
If you want to like live 10 years a recipe, you can comment here. He will share you guys recipe here.
so that like cooking is something that I enjoy in my own free time or when like there's a plan. Yes.
Yeah, so like let's continue from my experience.
Mhm.
So, like when I came here, like I couldn't really like cook things because I was very tired each day.
Mm.
So like in my first year, like so I'm taking finance major. So I need to learn, like accounting and finance and all those, like heavy stuff. We need to like rush video recordings and all those stuff. Like there are a lot of homework and like there are a lot of quizzes. So like, I couldn't really cook. Like I sometimes make instant noodles, but like, I just like follow the instruction. I didn't really
Instant noodles is just fast. Like if you want to eat like something really nice, then I think you need to like put some more thought into that too. If you just want to focus on studying, then I don't think that will like cooking like something like that requires lots of attention will be possible.
Yeah.
Like for example, like stew is like beef stew, whatever takes like a long time, and you need to keep checking on it. For someone who wants to like study, and just study, I don't think that's like okay.
Yeah. So like that's like this year, like so like we are like very near to the finals. So like I will be finishing like second year soon. But during the summer holidays, I finally made pasta.
Wow.
Yeah, by myself for some people. I'm like,
well done.
and you know how I cook the pasta?
Yes.
I rely on ChatGPT.
Wow.
We can cook with the machine.
You can like.
I don't even watch YouTube, so instruction video.
People rely
I just
a lot on
asked ChatGPT how to do it, and like, it gave me instruction step by step instruction. And like, I don't even have any experience in cooking, and that's my first time cooking a proper meal. So I make mac and cheese.
Whoa.
Yeah.
Wait, what kind of cheese do you use?
No, like I use like instant, like cheese sauce.
Oh, I
and
see.
I use like I think cheese,
Mm-hmm.
like number 5 pasta.
Mm-hmm.
And like I just buy the pasta, but like it's kind of exhausting because like, and like like noodles, pasta, like we need to like keep stirring the pot because like they would, if not like they will get stuck everything
Yes.
in there.
Like they get stuck on the bottom sometimes.
Yeah.
Yes.
So like I needed to like keep stirring the pot for like 15 minutes straight. It took me a real long time. So like, and then like, it took me like 30 minutes to finish that one dish. But people like who tasted that dish like they're very enjoying it, even though like it's a little bit cheesy. Okay, because like what do you expect from a mac and cheese, right? So like what I want to say is that like we can cook, even if like we don't really want to like watch rap videos or like learn all the basic stuff or things. We can make things simpler. Just use the AI. If you're using AI for your studies, if you're using AI for your work, so why don't we use it for our hobbies, especially cooking, right? We can use AI for like cooking.
So sometimes I use AI for my hobbies. Like when I just need to ask something, but I use ChatGPT once for cooking as well. But like I think it was for chicken where I just asked for seasoning. I asked if garlic powder or onion powder works better, like 2 of 1, because like I planned on ordering 2 like 1 out of the 2. So I asked like which one is sweeter. Yeah.
So like let's give I want to give people like some advice for using AI. Like as AI, like specific questions, not just general question. AI, like very like niche or very specialized question, and that will work in your favor very much. Not only for cooking, but for a lot of the things.
Quite a lot of things. They can help you with that.
Yeah. So like now let's move on to our like very heavy stuff. To make cooking as a hobby, then like we need to like how should we say things like, so like when we talk about games, in games like there are sometimes like casual modes, and then like there will be like very serious modes like that will affect the ranks, right?
Yes.
So like I think Daniel would agree with me from this point.
Yes.
If you want to take cooking as your hobby, maybe like first step, like if on days like when you're free, maybe you could just go into something like playing rank modes. Maybe you could make like dishes that will take you a long time.
Yes.
And
like
maybe
something
like
to challenge yourself.
Maybe like something like that will require you like a lot of preparation time.
Definitely.
That I think Daniel will agree with me that like taking a lot of preparation time, it would be very how should I say, very satisfying, right? It would be like a meditation,
Yes, like
you'll be in the soul.
Something that takes a lot of preparation time. Like is more like I feel from my own experience, I think it's more satisfying just because you put in a lot of time and effort into it. But don't get me wrong. Like doing simpler things is also satisfying, but at the same time, like doing something that takes a lot of preparation
will taste a lot better.
Like it tastes a lot better and it's more satisfying just
Because, like,
because like, you it's challenging.
Yeah. Like sometimes like we'll get satisfaction. People
Yes.
get satisfaction by doing difficult things.
Yes.
Like something like like finishing a finance problem like after after you have calculated it for like 30 to 45 minutes and then you get in the right answer, right?
Yes.
Cooking is something like this. I
Cooking is
guess
something like that.
something like burning for like 3 to 4 hours and then like getting the final dish.
Yes.
And then like you taste it and then
like you need to pay good attention to it.
and then like you taste it and then like it's delicious. Like you are like pleasure level and your happiness level will peak. It would be better like if your loved one taste it and like they say that okay this is very delicious, then like your happiness will be double. So like that's what we recommend, like for days like when you are very free and when you just want to like be very calm and very
or like
meditative and therapeutic.
Or like something like to impress your people, like I put a lot of time and effort
Or
into this.
maybe your romantic interest, that works every time. Okay, so like for days like like when we are not very like when we don't really have the energy to like cook for like very how should I say very preparation intensive.
Yeah, like something like
dishes.
something like
I think it would be a good idea,
Something like
like
instant.
to make like very how should I say to make like meal preparation in advance,
meal
for 1
preparation,
week or
yes,
something.
Yes.
For like for busy days maybe.
Yes.
For 3 days, like you could just like prepare everything from the scratch. I think so.
Yeah, you can prepare quite a lot. Like for me, making grilled chicken, it only takes like less than 30 minutes to prepare. Like I just add seasonings and I leave them in the fridge for overnight. Whenever I'm hungry, I just turn off the stove and give 10 minutes of my time to grill the chicken, and that's it. I just eat it with rice. That's all. It's fast. It's much faster than Grab, but sometimes Grab takes a long time. But do you know why? Like you don't take electricity bill
I
anymore.
know.
Yeah.
Like when especially like when you are when you are on a budget, you
Yeah.
can really order things.
You can't
From the
really
delivery app, like Line Man or Grab.
like when the budget is tight, sometimes like I have my budget which is really tight, so
Yeah,
I
same.
just buy
All in but still have a
yeah.
tight budget.
yeah I just buy from like grocery store and I just cook it. It's much
It's
cheaper.
much, like not necessarily cheaper, like we are paying with
Well,
our
not really.
labor though.
Yeah.
But maybe like something, like very
But-
satisfying.
yes. But like some things that we cook is like worth 180 baht. Sometimes like 50, but like from my school canteen it's 50 baht though. But like from if you order some stuff from Grab,
We're taking like 300 or 400 baht.
We'll take like 200 baht. Some prices like that. Like
Yeah.
Well, at least like over 100.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, but it's much cheaper if you do it at home. But but it takes time out of yourself.
Yeah. So the advice would be, just prepare meats in advance.
Prepare
you want to eat
things
next
in advance
day.
and like and yeah, like for those who don't have a lot of time, just prepare something in advance and then like the next day cook it. Yes, like but it won't take a long time. Something like grilled chicken, grilled pork. Pork takes a little more time, but chicken I recommend because it's a smaller piece of meat.
And then like because we are Asians here, right? So like for us, like we don't really do like complicated things with like me, doing pasta or stuff like that for impressing people, not for daily, not for getting daily satisfaction out cooking. We can just like plug in the instant cooker, and then like we can get a proper meal. Oh, like you can just like put everything in the instant cooker with the rice, and then you can get a proper meal too, right?
Yes, for me, like I just do things the old-fashioned way. I don't really know how to operate like the instant cooker, so I just have a rice cooker myself, and I just cook on the stove separately. So I'm more old-fashioned.
Okay, so like let me ask you, like for students, like like living in their dorms, and like who don't really have their like separate kitchens, like for those of them like who want to like take up cooking as hobby, like maybe like can you recommend like 2 or 3 things that they need to like have in their room to cook?
Well, I think a good stove and also like a good space to like if they actually want to cook in, like
Skip as a break space.
like a makeshift space, like a makeshift kitchen where like a small space where the scent, like the smoke can escape.
So
Yeah.
maybe like near the window or in the balcony.
Definitely near the window. Because like all the smoke is trapped inside your room, so it's gonna smell bad. But firstly, a good space to put the kitchen and like necessary items like stoves, steamers, and a rice cooker.
3 things:
Yes.
stove, steamer, and rice cooker.
Yes, like a steamer or like pans, pots. Yes.
So like, what would you recommend? The only thing that you would recommend to use with the stove? What would be the most versatile thing?
I think a stove.
A stove?
A stove.
Like
a stove.
we can really cook on the like on the stove.
Like
directly,
electric,
right?
like an electric stove.
Yeah, but like for the pot or the pot to cook our things in, what do we recommend? Maybe like a pan or like a pot.
I recommend a pot.
A pot.
A pot. Because like when like if you put something in like the oil, like even like the oil explode, like it pops, right? Like,
so it will be like a little bit deep,
like,
right?
Yeah. It's just because the pot is like higher, it has higher walls, like the oil doesn't get everywhere. If you have a pan,
can you fry eggs in the pot too?
Yeah, you can. So, but
we don't really necessarily need to use a pan, right?
Yeah, you don't necessarily need to use a pan. A pot works just fine. Yeah, it gets the job done. Yeah, but pot like it holds more volume, so it's good for boiling.
Like let me give you one on my personal experience. So I use a like instant cooker. Well, not necessarily instant cooker. It's like a two-heat stove. Yeah, so like where we can use it directly. So like the stove and like the pots are like directly connected.
Yeah,
like something like we will use it to make instant ramen, instant noodles or stuff like that. But like I think the MPI is pretty high. Like I don't know, like the watt is pretty high. It's around like 1,600 watt, so it can handle pretty much heat.
Yeah.
So like I like make my first fried eggs here during the week or somewhere, because like most of the like restaurant that I usually will go to for my lunch, my dinner, they close. So I need to do my makeshift thing. And like I don't really enjoy eating like instant foods from 7-Eleven anymore, because like the portions are pretty small.
Yeah.
I need a lot of portions for myself. So like I bought like instant rice because I don't really have a rice cooker. And then like, I made fried eggs, scrambled eggs with butter. And then like it's just a very simple dish, right? It only takes me like 5 minutes to make.
Yeah.
But eating it with the rice, like it can be like some kind of like indescribable, like satisfaction. That
like you made it yourself, like
yeah,
so you
that like
it.
something like something that like you have accomplished something.
Yes.
Even if it's very simple, that you have accomplished something. Yeah. So I think like like cooking, like it could like give you a sense of like satisfaction or like a sense of achievement. Like, even if it's a very small.
Like when I get back home from a long day, like I had this time where I had I was making beef stew, so I had to leave it on the stove for 8 hours. So I had it running overnight, and I came back from school and like to my room like one day, and I ate the beef stew. It was really, really nice.
Wow.
But I had a really long day at school, but that was rewarding, because it was something delicious from my effort of putting in like the hours.
Yeah.
Yes.
Sometimes like these like things that people like what mostly like they will overlook, they could become like very satisfying. It could become like escape into our own world.
Yes.
Like
it's just you and the food. Like
yeah, like even if there are people watching us, or like people if they are guests in our room, while you're cooking, you're just focusing on the cooking. No more doom scrolling for you. Like you can doom scroll while you are cooking. Everything will go bad. Yeah, and you can reply to anyone, or you can message with anyone while you're cooking. Like, how are you supposed to reply when you're like handling meat or like frying things up?
Like when you're handling because like your hand like the grease from the meat.
We don't really want to touch our phones with that, right? Yeah, so like it gives you like in some kind of like a meditative soul, I think.
Yes.
Like something to do, sharpen your focus, because you need to put all of your focus on the cooking,
yes.
or like the dish won't go bad. Right?
Like give your good give your time, you give your good attention and your effort into that food, and it will reward you well. Otherwise, if you don't give it attention, if you don't give it good effort, then it's not gonna treat you well too.
Yeah, and then like the thing is, if you guys don't want to, if you guys want to escape those scrolling, or like if you want to, like leave those, like messages just alone, and then like you want to escape into your own world, take cooking as your hobby, and maybe like just find 3 or 4 things that Daniel recommended, and that will be enough, right?
Yes.
Like even if you don't have a refrigerator, like you can like order things from Lotus or Macro.
You can
for
learn
each
to
dish.
be creative.
Yeah,
you
for
have
each dish.
You have to be creative.
If you don't have a refrigerator. Yeah. And then like cooking as essential achievement, especially on days, like when you're disappointed in your life, or like when you're disappointed in yourself, that like you haven't really made any progress for your goal, or like sometimes you like just when you're down, just make something simple and delicious that you really enjoy. Make your favorite dish. I think that will be my advice, recommendation.
I agree with
know
that.
how to make your favorite dish. That like let's make life simple. That dish should be like something very easy to make. Not necessarily a pizza. Like we can really make a pizza at home, right?
Yeah.
But I have to stick to the pizza company or stuff like that for that. But like like Daniel, like we need something like, how should I say? We all need that like chimney, or not chimney, like our how should that what comfort food. Yeah, we all need our comfort food. And who can say like it could even be extra noodles with like extra toppings.
Yes.
That Daniel use.
Like
I
it
mean,
doesn't
it could
really
be,
matter. Like, as
delicious.
long as it makes you happy. Yeah.
It's like it's make you sense. Don't make things like more complicated with like pasta or ravioli or something like that. No. We don't really need to do all that stuff, right?
Yes, it's not necessary, but if you like pasta,
If you genuinely like it, just make it.
just make it.
But like for cooking, we don't really need to impress anyone. As long as we are in our soul,
Yes.
and as long as like
it-
we are satisfied
yes.
after doing it.
Definitely.
As long as we enjoy our cooking, I think that's a real like that's a real progress here.
Yes.
Yeah, it could give you progress and a sense of achievement in this like race of the world. Yeah, that's what we want to share for cooking as a hobby. So don't be afraid to start cooking. I started cooking when I'm like 20 years old in the university. So it's not too late for you guys to start cooking as your hobby. I might be making more in the like academic break, in the year break too.
Well, I hope everything turns out well.
Yeah. I might cook more faster.
You should. If people like it, if people like it, then cook it, because that's what I did, because I like it. I made it more.
Yeah. So make sure like you keep a clean hygiene when you're cooking, and wash your hands.
Don't forget to turn on the stove.
Don't forget to turn your stove, and then make sure you clean your cooking.
Clean your cooking.
After each cooking, don't leave things in the sink. Just clean them. If you think you will be very busy to clean that, don't cook it. Right? That's simple.
Yes.
Yeah. So that's what we want to like share for our experience in cooking. I think you guys will enjoy this. I think we'll meet again tomorrow.
We'll meet again tomorrow.
At this time.
Thank you so much for tuning
We'll have
in.
another final hobby. We will talk about. We will not leave any spoiler here. If you want to know more, tune in tomorrow. Yeah. Thank you so much for listening to our live stream, and see you tomorrow at 9 p.m.
Thank you so much.
Thank you so much.